Hello everybody. Race for the life, finally. I'm so happy, excited, Are you excited? I hope you are. It's my first Facebook Live, so if anything, if I'm acting a bit weird, it's because I'm getting used to it, so definitely sorry in advance for that. But we are gonna try to get through personal style today because I've created this event a couple of weeks ago because I thought it would be so much more beneficial for you to get to listen to me in a more live way if I could put it that way, say it that way. And today was the day. After a couple of technical issues on Saturday, I was able to just schedule it, and today seems to work just the way I would like to. And it's gonna be really comfy, really interesting as far as anything else, and I just hope that it's gonna have this video is gonna have a lot of value for you. Well, today it was really, I've had some interesting talks for the past few weeks, and I tend to observe a lot. So I really wanted to just get to what we call personal style in general. And I'm a personal stylist, and I've been doing it for a while, being a blogger before, and really getting through like what we call the real personal style, because it's easy to buy something because you just like it, but you have to wonder yourself why you like it that much, and if you do like it that much, because we live in a society where there's a lot of influences in general. There's a lot, so sometimes we want to please people more than ourselves, and that's where the danger can be, because at the end of the day, you're gonna go in the store, you're gonna shop for something, a key piece that you saw on somebody else's blog or just somebody else in general, and at the end of the day, it's not even a part of your style, it's not a part of your DNA, it's just not you. And what we get to find out after is that we find ourselves being weird and just awkward within our own clothes, and that is because we didn't get to define who are we as a person through that style we're trying to project in front of other people. And that's where the danger could be, is that you need to focus on yourself first and see who you are as a person, and that is gonna get so much more clear for you afterwards, because when you're gonna go shop something or even on your closet, it's really gonna be a representation of you and you only, and not something that somebody you're trying to be, or somebody that you're trying to just copy paste. You try to copy paste. And at the end of the day, you have to be careful, is that we get to just either copy paste other people without having to just think really through without really thinking through it, and sometimes it's the danger. So today we're gonna go over the main myths when it comes to it, and I would say the first thing first, without even getting to talk about me, because I'm gonna talk about your story. I'm gonna talk about my own story a bit after that. The main myth I would say when it comes to it is that style requires a lot of effort, and I would say yes and no, because it depends on the way you say it, because it's gonna require a lot of effort when it comes to you not knowing your own personal style first. That's where it takes a lot of effort, and sometimes it gets frustrating because you feel just emotionally overwhelmed by all the choices you have around you, all the choices you have in the stores. And that's where it can get frustrating, exhausting, and really heavy, like really heavy. And we as women, we tend to be really self-conscious of our appearances in general. Not for all the women, but most of us, and me included. And I wouldn't say that I'm obsessed by the way I would look. What I would say is that what I'm trying to project to people is really the real and genuine me before anything else. And my clothes, my pieces, my outfits are gonna represent it in such a way where I wouldn't have to talk for hours to explain who I am and where I'm going to. So that's the beauty of just getting to dress as you, the real you. So I would say it does require a lot of effort at the beginning, and that's all about you kind of getting through your soul, getting through your heart, and see exactly what are you made of. And there I'm gonna talk a bit of my story here. I'm a personal stylist. I studied in psychology and personal development in Ottawa, and before then I originally come from Cameroon, which is a little country, not so little actually, which is a country in Central Africa, and that's where we get to speak French and English. So French was my first language, is my first language, and afterwards I got to learn couple of other languages just because I'm passionate about it. And it was all about French, English after, because it's bilingual, just like Canada is. And then I got, through my own passions, I got to learn Japanese, Korean, a bit of Chinese. And Spanish was kind of the third language that we had to learn after French and English. Or we could take German. But to kind of sum it up, I got to discover a lot through languages because I had a passion for it. And because I grew up in Cameroon, I had other interests, and I kind of got the chance to travel a lot in Europe and kind of grew up a bit there before getting all the way here. So that kind of gave me a really big view of what we call personal style. That it was just not based on you, it was based on your own background, it was based on your own culture. And that's where I really make it important, is that culture definitely plays a big role into our personal style. And that's through my own discoveries, that's through my own travels, that's through my own really diverse experience when it comes to countries and people that I got to talk to, and even through my languages and my passion for it, that I got to see that you call the personal style your identity, because whatever you're gonna put on you is gonna be a reflection of your own brand, but deeper than that, it's gonna be your own background in general. So in Cameroon, there's a way to dress up that's not gonna be the same way here. Not because it's literally hotter there or the weather is different. There's a part to it, but there's the other part where the culture is different. So this is a couple of stuff that we're not gonna naturally tend to wear because of some respect code and respectful code associated to it. So that just gave me that kind of really broad mindset when it comes to style in general. So my style is literally a combination. That's why I call my style being so eclectic, because I grew a big passion in Asian culture in general, Japan, South Korea, in China too. I really discovered and gave it a lot of tries when I was younger to be able to just see where my style was, and I gave it a lot of tries. That took me years and years and years before getting to where I am today and talking to you about style of fashion in general. And that's just because it took me that much time that today, when I decided to just really go for that route of being a personal stylist, I really wanted to make it deeper than just dressing up, because my own confidence got to be a little bit more built up. I got to build up my own confidence through whatever I was wearing, and it was just a part of that confidence. There was much more associated to it, of course, but whatever I was wearing, I realized that it was my own choice. It wasn't my parents, it wasn't my culture, it wasn't my background, it was literally a combination of all of that. So because of that, it really gave me that really big view about it. So when we get back to the effort that it would require for you to actually get to master your own personal style, I would say it's a myth, in the sense that it's gonna require a lot of effort before getting to that. When it comes to discover your personal style, that's gonna give you and requires from you to do a lot of work when it comes to it. But afterwards, it's always the simplest and even the funniest thing ever, because when you get to just know what you are as a person, your soul, everything, you get to the store, you it's easier for you to literally say no to a piece or yes to a piece, because you know it's you, or you're gonna know if it's not you either. So that's where I would say for that myth is, it's really just because of that. The second myth I will talk to you about today would be personal style being literally superficial. This is the thing I've been hearing so many times already. I think at some point I was like, really? And when you don't have that confidence, you have that self-esteem issue, it's really hard to take that kind of feedback and not seeing yourself as being superficial. And even me, up until today, sometimes I would hear that and I would actually wonder if I'm that superficial. That the more you're gonna be sure about yourself, the more you're gonna see that sometimes it comes from somebody else's insecurities, and it's not on you, it's not on that person. From the moment you get to see that it's not even you the problem, it's not even you the issue, it's more because the person in front of you saying that is gonna project his own fears, his own insecurities, everything related to him as a person, his own story. When you get to realize that, you literally know that you are not the problem in that thing. So whatever you're gonna do, whatever you're gonna say, whatever you're gonna wear, you're always gonna feel some type of judgment. If you are too dressy, some people are gonna find it being too much. Some people are gonna find it not being enough. If you dress up really casual, like PJ, let's say, like PJ or anything like that, some people may judge it by saying you as being somebody that doesn't care about her style. And sometimes it could be true, it could be not true, but that appearance is gonna be, from the get-go, somebody is gonna put a judgment into it. So at the end of the day, I always wonder myself is that, am I gonna try to play it down by pleasing others because I'm so scared of the judgment? Or am I gonna play it like myself, my real self, and just go full for it and really hear them and just let them on the side? And I would say I choose the latter. I would definitely say I choose the latter. Why? Because I've been through a lot of issues when it comes to my own personal life, my own personal stories, and I could tell you, definitely tell you up until today, is that by taking the chances, by just daring to being more myself, by just choosing the pieces that I had on me, that gave me so much confidence, so much courage to achieve whatever I was trying to. And I'm still on that journey where I'm discovering myself more, and it's all about that evolution. And the thing for it is that you need to enjoy it to the fullest. And people on the side that would say anything about yourself are still gonna say something no matter what you do. So because of that, why do you want to play it low? Why do you want to play it small when you clearly know that no matter what you're gonna say, no matter what you're gonna do, they're still gonna judge you? That's where sometimes it could be an issue. And if you're trying to just say like, I don't want to do too much, that might be no, that could be an issue. But if it's your personality, if you know yourself enough and you know that you're the kind of person you don't want to go overboard, you don't want to overdo stuff, it's a part of you. It's not somebody that told you that you can't do that. You decided that you couldn't do that. And that's why that made it being you and being aware of your own choices without having somebody else's doing it for you. So that's why I'm saying you need to be careful about that kind of judgment and not let it affect you in such a way where you're gonna try to just not go the full you because you're just scared of what others might think about you. So that's a part of it. The last thing I would say when it comes to personal style in general is that personal style, and that's the last myth. I was gonna talk about two myths, but that's gonna be the last one because I just thought about it, and I'm like just enjoying the talk, The last myth I would say here is that style is something that that doesn't change. So once you find a style, it's the same. It's never gonna change. That's the biggest lie ever. I'm telling you that because I'm literally like my own experience is me first. So I can't even say that style is something that's never gonna change, because style is evolution. You grow up. When you grow up with your environment, you grow up with your background. Hello, Zinga. You grow up with your environment and everything around you, and everything around you is gonna be evolving as much as you are gonna evolving. So when it comes to your personal style, once you find it, know that it's not the end. Know that it's just the beginning of it. And whatever you're gonna do after it, whatever your goals are gonna be, whatever your life is gonna like put you through, that style is gonna change so much more. So you can't predict. You just can't predict how you're gonna look like a couple of years down the road, because your own style is just a kind of representation of who you are now. And like I said, now it's not the future, it's not the past, and it's who you are now. So what you want to do is take the best of who you are as a person based on everything that you've been through in the past, your environment and anything like that, and take it as being just a part of you and use it for the present, but not sticking to it just to it, because at some point in your life, whatever is gonna happen, you're gonna have to change again, and not totally change, because your persona, your soul, your identity is never gonna change. What's gonna change is gonna be, I would say, the specifications to it. That's what's gonna change. So at the end of the day, don't think that style is something that's just gonna stay the way it is now, because world is evolving. We all are evolutions. We all are human beings. Someday we could be sad, some other days we could be happy, and that's always changing day after day, day by day, and years after years. That's the thing. So if I need to sum up what I've been saying, is that the first thing you need to know when it comes to personal style is that it's a representation of you. And me, I make it big by saying that the culture and the background is the first thing and essential thing when it comes to it. For me and my own stories, it was literally the proof, because everything I've been through, wherever I went, Cameroon, France, or Africa, Europe, North America, that just gave me that wide perspective. And Asia, because I love Asian culture, I grew up with Asian culture, literally. That gave me such a wild perspective that North America, they have their own codes, Europe, they have their own codes, Africa, they're gonna have their own codes, Asia, they have their own codes. And me, I'm literally in between, because I chose to just kind of combine all of them, and not necessarily choose one of them, because it's a part of me, it's a part of my personality, and it's a part of my brand as well. So I don't want to have to copy paste. I want to inspire people, and I want to get inspired in such a way that it still stays authentic and natural to me, and I don't feel like I'm dressing up like somebody else. Like, the goal when it comes to women that I'm trying to help is literally for them to feel their own selves, to feel like they could be confident enough through their own pieces, because they're gonna choose it well, because they're gonna get to know more about their personal style first. And when I say first, it's the first part. So for today, that was really gonna be the little speech about it. I didn't want to make it too long either, because I think it's just my first Facebook Live, so I'm just getting used to it. But for this first Facebook Live, what I'm gonna do though is that I'm gonna have a free book discovery calls. If you want to know more about what I can offer as part of the sessions and the process, everything is gonna be through me, through you kind of sending me a private message here on my page, and I'm gonna be able to answer you and give you the schedules if you want to book any free discovery calls for me. And it's gonna be around, I think, 30 minutes, and we're gonna be able to have a nice chit chat and a nice discussion about it. And at least I'm gonna be able to know more about your personal style and know more about you as a person, because I could really take a lot of things general here, and I could literally talk about it for hours, if not days, because I'm just passionate when it comes to it. But I think at the end of the day, if you want to get to really get through your own personal style, it goes through something much more deeper, aka you as a person. That's why talking to the person directly and privately is just much more better. So because of that, I'm having my free discovery calls for that. And I officially recently opened my online shopping services, and I got a couple of spots left, which is, I think I got like 5 spots left. So if you want to get to know more about it, first step is the discovery call, and we can see if I can be any help for you, and if I can add even more value to you through that call. So I think it's gonna be probably a lot of things for today. I could add so much more, but I think it's gonna be pretty much it. If you have any questions or anything like that, just send me a private message, and I think it's gonna be pretty much it. So for those who are gonna watch it or who are watching it, thank you again for listening to me. And of course, I'm gonna wish you a really nice special day, because here in Montreal it's like beautiful weather Monday, and it's off because it's Quebec National Day. So it's all about trying to get some rest for people, not necessarily for me, but you know, it was all about it. So I hope you got a lot of value from this live, and it's just the first of them all, and the rest is gonna follow after. Thank you. Thank you, Senga. The rest is gonna follow after. So I will see you for the next, and send me any private message if you're interested. So hello, Crystal. I hope when I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go now, and then you get a couple of people afterwards. But I'm just gonna try to sum up what I just said before. When it comes to personal style, is that you need to know where you come from in order to know where you're gonna go. Pretty much it. For like, it's literally the story about it. And I'm saying it because I went through all the myths when it comes to personal style. First being something that requires a lot of effort. And when I said it required a lot of effort, it's because before getting into any store, you need to know who you are as a person. And that takes you getting really deep into who you are. And that gets through your music, your families, whatever you like around you. And it's all of that is a part of your map, your roadmap. So there's you. There's your culture, there's your background, and there's you as a person wanting to go towards a specific goal. So all of that requires a lot of effort to put into place before getting to buy anything else. Because if you do that work before, it's not gonna require you any effort afterwards. Because from the moment you're gonna see a piece, it's gonna be easier for you to say no or yes to that piece. Because it's gonna be simple, because in your head you know who you are, so you know what you want and you know what you don't want. So that was the first myth. The second myth was all about being superficial when we take care, or when we care way too much about our physical appearance, meaning the clothes or the key pieces we're gonna have on ourselves. To that, I say that was the biggest lie ever, because at the end of the day, no matter what you're gonna wear, no matter what you're gonna say, people are still gonna put a judgment to it. So you shouldn't have to be willing to play it small, because some people on the side are gonna say you dress up too much, or you dress up not enough, or you don't dress up enough. And to that, I always say no. You really need to make it clear for people that that's gonna be your choice. And from the moment you're gonna focus on you, on something you can control, aka you, your own DNA and your own choices, people after on the side, you're gonna care about them a lot less. And that took me a lot of years to get to that point. I'm a human being, so it took me a lot, because I was never being the normal classic girl, typical girl in school. I was always trying different styles, Asian, like I was really combining them, all of them. It was so eclectic, and up until today it still is. But before, back then, it was worse. So I always got used to hear that kind of judgment where either people would adore it and love it because it was so different, or people would be like, this is not me, too much, overwhelming for my eyes. And I'm like, that's on you, that's not on me. So to that's why I love helping women, and I love being so passionate, because I realized that it really affected me a lot in terms of like my own self-confidence, to just let people see that kind of stuff and trying to just play it small because I was so scared to dare. And up until today, when I see women go through the same kind of thing, I'm like, I just can't, because I can't see myself through them. And I'm like, no, I don't want it to take years that it took to me. I don't want it. So today, that's why I really am a personal style and being obsessed, passionate about it, is that it's more than a key piece. It's more than that. It's your soul, it's your DNA, it's you as a person, and whatever you're going to try to project to the world, people are gonna see it before even listening to you. It takes less than 3 seconds to get to like have a reaction from somebody. So you want to make it count by the outfits or the key pieces you're gonna choose, because if they are not you or part of you, people are gonna misjudge you, and who knows what kind of opportunities you can miss just because of that. So that's all about it. And the last myth was being all about the style as being something evolutionary rather than something that's never gonna change. We all are human beings. We evolving. Just like we grew up. Back then, when I was 9 years old, I didn't even know what was style or personal style. I didn't know anything about it. I was playing Barbie, I was playing dolls. Like, I had my priorities back then. And the more I grew up, the more I was just like getting used to just get to know myself a little bit more. And I tried different type. I tried so many stuff. So that took me a lot to kind of just get all of them together. So that was my last meet, where like style is not something that's just gonna be not changing for you. It's gonna evolve. It's life. You're breathing every day. You're growing up. You learn new things. You learn new ways of wearing stuff, and you like them, and that becomes a part of you. Or you choose to just let go of some stuff that you were wearing before, and just you let go of them because you feel like it's just not you anymore. And that's all about your own goals and everything that you're trying to achieve in your life. So that was pretty much it for the meets. And yeah, I just hope you like it. Like I said, I'm offering my free discovery calls, so anybody interested, send me a private message here on my page, and I'm gonna just follow up with you, because it gets much more deeper than just whatever I'm gonna say today here, and it gets to know you as a person, to be able to kind of create that roadmap for you. So I hope you like it. That was my kind of inspiration for the day. Okay, anyways. I'm gonna talk to you more, and that's just the first live, and the second, well, just getting used to it, and we'll see for the rest. Ciao, people. Have a beautiful day.